to get the engine back in place, I had mentioned how, so I'm going to need to jack the engine forward. Close. Got these little conical washers. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to have to bring the engine this way in order to get those to line up. And as soon as I do that, I have to loosen that in order to move that. It's always something. Alright, let's see what moves when we so the There. That was more difficult than it should have been. That loose. Hopefully that will facilitate getting the other engine mounts in place. Alright, so now that the transmission is back on, light. One of the things that I had to deal with is that pipe there. It goes into a fitting on the face of the intake manifold over there. So I'm going to shut you off until I get that reconnected now that the transmission, and it just makes it easier to reach since it's not in place. And also do another check and see what else needs to be accessed before the transmission and our little drivetrain gets bolted up in. We're going to go for it. The instructions just say lift it in place and then put engine mounts in and go. So that's what we're going to do. I've got that tube back in place. Everything is held up out of the way. I'm going to do this. We are not going to do it in just one fell swoop. We're going to raise and move things and so forth. Keep plugs out of the way. Everything's good on this side. So we're going to crank on the jack and see where it goes. Guess we should have a mount around to see when we get to where we need to be. Figure out which is the right one. So this one goes here, and this one goes underneath. So it will, I would think, like that, because those are facing up. All right, so it goes here after it. I'm still concerned about the clutch being in the right spot. I think the clutch goes underneath. I'm trying to remember where everything goes. This piece here, and it's got a flat on it right there, goes on the stud that sticks out from this engine mount. It has a flat on it as well. And that fits underneath there. Then I have a nut for it. I also have the studs that fit down. The stud that fits there, I've already got the bolt on. This, I believe, goes somewhere. That's the clutch plate. So I'm going to tighten the bolt that holds the mount together. That was 15, but it's not. It is 17. Let's try pushing the engine back. Need to raise it up some more. Close. one. Let's work to get the second one. So I'm gonna leave those loose. Alright, so in order to get the clutch slave cylinder installed, I had to crack open the bleed screw. I couldn't compress the rod to get it to engage with the lever and have the holes lined up. So the holes are lined up, the screws are started, the bleeder is tight again. This goes up here. Alright, this is the rearmost mounting point on the, I guess we'll call it the support structure that runs from the front to the back. And I finished installing this. The last, you can see how this hole opening here in the plate is surrounding a rubber bushing, and then this odd shaped washer. I'm not sure why it's got this rubber bumper on it, but it does. Anyway, that goes up with a nut. These two screws hold the rear engine mount moving forward. Those, I'm sorry, yeah, and those two nuts on studs hold the front engine mount. And then these two bolts go into the cross beam with these washers. So I'm going to put this last one in and then go from there.